Hello, it's arterial waymind. Now in this video we want to look at fetal and neonatal circulation. We want to look at circulation before birth and circulation at birth. That's what we want to look at. So we want to look at circulation occurring in the womb of the mother and circulation after the baby has been given birth to. So that is what we want to look at. Now this is the diagram that will make us understand how fetal circulation occur and even neonatal circulation. So I will first of all start by explaining the fetal circulation, which is circulation occurring before birth. Yeah, so in the fetal circulation, what is oxygenating the blood is the word placenta. So this is the word placenta. Yes, so the placenta is responding for oxygenation of the blood. Why? Because at this period of time in the fetal circulation, do you get, the lungs is not functioning. Though the lungs is developing at that period of time, but it has not functioned. Do you get? The lungs cannot undergo what we call gaseous exchange. So what is giving oxygen to the blood is the word placenta. And if you don't forget, you notice that there are three structures connected to the placenta. These are what we call the what? Umbilical cord. So these are what we call the what? Umbilical cord. Yes, umbilical cord. Now looking at this umbilical cord, the umbilical cord is made up of two umbilical arteries and one umbilical vein that are draining into the what? Placenta. Now when the blood, so I want to talk about fetal circulation now. When the blood becomes oxygenated by the placenta, you get, what we carry the blood is the umbilical vein. This is my what? Umbilical vein. Yes, you know, this will be the left umbilical vein, if you remember, during the heart tube development. You get, so this umbilical vein is going to carry the oxygenated blood from the what? Placenta. Now when the umbilical vein carries the oxygenated blood, guess what happens? The umbilical vein gives the oxygenated blood to what we call the what? Ductus venosus. So this structure is what we call what? Ductus venosus. Yeah, the reason behind the umbilical vein giving the blood to ductus venosus is for the blood to bypass the liver. We don't want oxygenated blood to enter the liver. That is why the umbilical vein gives the oxygenated blood to the ductus venosus, so that the oxygenated blood can bypass the liver. Because when the oxygenated blood enters the liver will absorb some nutrients, you get, from the blood. It's going to reduce the oxygen content of the blood, and we need oxygenated rich blood to enter the heart of the world, developing fetus. Do you understand my points now? So that is why the umbilical vein gives the oxygenated blood to the ductus venosus, so that it can bypass the what? The liver. Now when the blood from the ductus venosus enter the inferior vena cava, guys, this is the inferior vena cava. Yes, so the blood moves through the inferior vena cava and enters into this chamber of the heart. This is what we call the right atrium. So this is the right atrium and this is the what? Left atrium. So the blood that passes through the inferior vena cava is entering the what? Right atrium. Also at the upper part of the what? Developing fetus, the blood will enter the right atrium through the what? Superior vena cava. Now when the blood enters the right atrium, the blood will move from the right atrium into the left atrium in the fetal circulation. You know, it is something like, if you remember, let's say this is the heart. Yes. So this is the heart. So we have something like this. So this is the right atrium, this is the left atrium. Do you get what I'm saying? Now if you notice the right atrium and the left atrium, if you don't forget, there is a space between the right atrium and left atrium. This is the space here. Do you get what I'm saying? This space is what we call the what? Foramen ovale. So when the blood enters the right atrium, the blood will not enter the right ventricle in fetal circulation. That tells you that there is a valve, we call it Eustachian valve. Yes, Eustachian valve. So this Eustachian valve will send the blood in the right atrium to pass through the what? Foramen ovale. So this is the foramen ovale. So the oxygenated blood in the right atrium will pass through the foramen ovale and enters the what? Left atrium. Because we don't want the blood to enter the right ventricle because the lung is not working. there's something that is connected to the right ventricle, which is the pulmonary trunk, then it goes to the lungs. But if the blood enters the right ventricle, the lungs is not working, the lungs is not functioning, so we don't need the blood to go into the pulmonary trunk and enter into the lung. That is why when the blood enters the right atrium, they pass through the foramen overlay and enters into the left atrium, which has still what? Oxygenated blood. Now, when the oxygenated blood enters the left atrium, do you get what I'm saying? There's something you need to know, that at the right side of the heart in fetal circulation, there's an increase in pressure than the left side of the heart. So blood likes to flow from high pressure to low pressure. That is why blood is flowing from the right atrium into the left atrium by passing through the what? Foramen ovale. Blood cannot flow from region of high pressure to high pressure because the right side of the heart there's an increase in pressure. So rather the blood can only flow from high pressure to low pressure. That is why it passes through the foramen ovale and enter into the left atrium. Now from the left atrium, which are the oxygenated blood, it will now pass through a valve. Do you get what I'm saying? The valve is what we call the mitral valve, also known as the what? Bicuspid valve. So when it passes through the valve, they enter into the what? Left ventricle. Now when the blood enters into the left ventricle, which are oxygenated blood, are you guys getting my point now? The oxygenated blood then passes into the what? Aorta. Do you get what I'm saying now? They pass through the what? Aorta. This reddish structure, do you get, is what we call the what? Aorta. So when it passes through the aorta, then the blood goes to other part of the what? Body. Are you guys getting what I'm saying now? That is what we call the what? Fetal circulation. You notice that during fetal circulation, blood did not enter the lungs. So when the blood enters the left ventricle, it goes into the aorta. It goes into the ascending aorta, the aortic arc, and the descending aorta to other part of the body. Then when the blood becomes used up, which is oxygenated blood, when it becomes used up by the other part of the body, then there's something we call the umbilical artery. These two umbilical arteries will now return the blood back to the placenta for the purpose of oxygenation, and the circulation continues. Now there's something I want you to know about fetal circulation again, is that there are some times that when the blood enters the right atrium, the oxygenated blood, there are some blood that can, do you get? There are some blood that can enter the right ventricle. Do you get? You know, let's say about 100% of blood enters the right atrium. 70% will pass through the foramen ovale and enter the left atrium. Then the remaining 30% can enter into the right ventricle. They will pass through a valve here. We call the valve what? Tricuspid valve, and enter the right ventricle. But from the right ventricle, the blood goes into the pulmonary trunk. But for, you know, when the blood enters the pulmonary trunk, it's going to the lungs, and we don't want blood to enter the lungs. Why? Because the lungs is not working. So when it goes into the pulmonary trunk, there's something that connects the pulmonary trunk to the aorta. This structure, that is what we call what? Ductus arteriosus. Do you get it now? So it is the ductus arteriosus that connects the pulmonary trunk to the aorta. So any blood that enters into the right ventricle goes into the pulmonary trunk. Then from the pulmonary trunk, it goes into the what? Aorta, by passing through the what? Ductus arteriosus. Why? Because the ductus arteriosus connects the pulmonary trunk to the aorta. So when it goes into the aorta, the oxygenated blood also goes to other part of the body, and when it becomes used up, it goes back into the placenta for the purpose of oxygenation. So that's what I want you to know about what? Fetal circulation. Now, in the neonatal circulation, which is circulation occurring at birth, you know that when they give birth to a baby, they are going to cut off the umbilical cord. The umbilical cord is functionless, it's not working anymore. Do you get it? So the first cry of the baby, so as the baby is crying, the baby undergoes rapid inhalation of air. There's rapid intake of air into the oxygen, into the blood, into the lungs. So when the oxygen enters into the lungs, what happens? The blood present in the lungs become oxygenated. Now when the blood becomes oxygenated, what happens? The blood flows. You know, there's something that carries blood from the lungs. We call it pulmonary vein. Yes, so this is the what? Pulmonary vein. Pulmonary vein. So this pulmonary vein will carry that oxygen-rich blood from the lungs into the what? Left atrium. Now, when there is presence of oxygenated blood in the left atrium, there's something I want you to know about neonatal circulation, which occur at birth. So there's an increase in pressure at the left atrium during the neonatal circulation, because of the intake of too much of air by the baby as the baby cries. So when there is oxygenation of blood by the lungs, the pulmonary vein will carry to the left atrium. So due to the increase in pressure in the left atrium, now let's use this. Due to the increase in pressure of the left atrium, the blood will cause this foramen ovale to close this up. You know, before in fetal circulation, the foramen ovale is open, but at birth, as a result of the increase in pressure of the left atrium, the blood will force this primum, this septum primum and septum secundum, it will force it together so that the foramen ovale can become obliterated. So when these two become forced together and the foramen ovale closes up, it will become what we call what? Fossa ovalis. Yeah, so that's what occurs at the neonatal circulation. That is why blood can never flow from the left atrium to the right atrium in neonatal circulation. So when the blood enters the left atrium, the blood passes through the what? Bicuspid valve, enter into the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, it goes into the what? Aorta, by passing through the what? Aortic sepulvinar valve. So when they go into the aorta, ascend the aorta, aortic arc, descend the aorta to other parts of the body, where the blood is what? Used up. When the blood is used up. So when the blood becomes used up, what happens is that the superior vena cava, which is here, carries the poorly oxygenated blood that has been used up by our body in neonatal circulation. It carries it back into the what? Right atrium. Now when the blood enters the right atrium, which is poorly oxygenated blood, I'm talking about neonatal circulation now. So any blood coming from the inferior part of the baby, it enters through the inferior vena cava. Anyone coming from the superior part enters through the superior vena cava and enters the right atrium. Which kind of blood? Poorly oxygenated blood. So when it enters the right atrium, the blood will pass through this valve, tricuspid valve, and enters the right ventricle. In neonatal circulation, the blood moves from right atrium to right ventricle. Then from the right ventricle, the blood passes through the what? Pulmonary trunk, then into the pulmonary artery before it goes into the lungs for oxygenation. Do you get what I'm saying now? Then when it goes into the lungs, then pulmonary vein carries it back into left atrium, left ventricle, aorta, then to other part of the body. That is how neonatal circulation occurs. So you notice that during neonatal circulation, all these shunts, which are the ductus arteriosus, ductus venosus, and the foramen ovale, are not functioning anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? They are not functioning anymore in neonatal circulation. Do you get what I'm saying now? That is what I want you to know about neonatal. So in neonatal, the poorly oxygenated blood coming from the body goes into the right side of the heart. So from there, it goes into the pulmonary trunk to the lungs, where it becomes oxygenated. Then the oxygenated blood goes to the left side of the heart. Then from there to the aorta, then to other part of the body where the blood is used up. Then the circulation continues. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is that what will all these fetal shunts become in adult life? Let's look at it one by one. First of all, the ductus venosus in the fetus will become the what? Ligamentum venosum in adult life, in neonatal life. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is what we call the fetal shunt, but in adult life, in neonatal life, it becomes the ligamentum venosum. Then the next one is the what? Yeah, the ductus arteriosus that connect the pulmonary trunk to the aorta in fetal circulation. Now the ductus arteriosus will become the what? Ligamentum arteriosum. Do you get what I'm saying? You can see, because the umbilical cord has become cut and the placenta is not working anymore, all these shunts, they become a fibrotic tissue which we call ligament. Now the last one is the foramen ovale. Yeah, the foramen ovale will become the what? It will become the what? Fossa ovalis. Yeah, the what? Fossa ovalis. And then the umbilical vein in the fetal life, in neonatal life, the umbilical vein will become the ligamentum hepatis teres. Yes, teres. T-E-R-S, teres. And the umbilical artery in the fetal life, in the neonatal life, is going to become the medial umbilical ligament, and also the what? superior vesical artery. Yeah, so this one is going to be formed in the neonatal life. Yes, that's what I want you to know. Now, before I end this video, there's something I want you to know. If you don't forget, the doctor's arterial source will close during neonatal life. How do we have the closure of the doctor's arterial source? Before in the fetal life, the doctor's arterial source is sensitive to low oxygen, high prostaglandin, and low bradykinin. So because of the low oxygen, there's high prostaglandin, which causes the doctor's arterial source to open during fetal circulation. But in neonatal circulation, what happens? There will be high oxygen. Is that not true? And when there's high oxygen, there will be what? Low prostaglandin and high bradykinins. So when all these things are high, oxygen and bradykinin, what happens to the doctor's arterial source? It closes up, it shuts up. That is why the doctor's arterial source is not working. Then later on, during subsequent development, the doctor's arterial source will become the what? Ligamentum categorisum. So that is what you need to know about fetal and neonatal circulation. Now, if the foramen ovale fails to close during neonatal circulation, that's what we call propatency of foramen ovale. Normally in fetal circulation, foramen ovale shunt blood away from the lungs. Is that not true? So that the blood can enter from the right atrium into the left atrium. But now when they give birth to the baby and the foramen ovale do not become the fossa ovalis, there will be problem. Why? Because any blood that enters the left atrium will go into the right atrium. And if care is not taken, when the experience of blood clots in the heart and it moves to other part of the body, and those blood flow move to the brain, it can cause what we call ischemic stroke. I guys get what I'm saying? That is why the foramen ovale needs to close up. So if it doesn't close up, that's what we call the propatency of foramen ovale, which can cause ischemic stroke if there's movement of blood clots to the brain. So that is what fetal and neonatal circulation is all about. So in the fetus, what is oxygenating the blood is the placenta. Do you get what I'm saying? Why in the neonatal circulation, what is oxygenating the blood is the what? Lungs. Are you guys following my point now? So that is all about fetal and neonatal circulation. Now the next thing I want to tell you, which is the last thing, is that in the fetal circulation, do you get what I'm saying? There's a particular vein that drains blood, also poorly blood, into the right atrium. Do you get what I'm saying now? That's what we call the coronary sinus. They drains poorly oxygenated blood. Do you get? So when they drains it into the right atrium, it also goes into the right ventricle, then to the pulmonary trunk, where it becomes oxygenated, then to other part of the body. Do you get what I'm saying now? There's also a valve that prevents the backflow of blood into the what? Heart muscle. That's what we call the what? Coronary valve, which we call the Sebastian valve. We call it what? Sebastian valve. This valve is called the what? Valve of the coronary sinus. It prevents entry of blood back into the what? Heart muscles. Okay, so that is all about fetal and neonatal circulation. So please, at the end of this video, there's always a practice question that can enhance your understanding on what fetal and neonatal circulation is all about. This occurs in the womb, and this occurs after the baby has been given birth to. So please try to look at the practice question and check it very well. It is going to give you detailed understanding on what fetal and neonatal circulation is all about. So please like and subscribe. It's Anterior Women.